up? What up? Can we hear me? I got this microphone all the way back here. Come right here. What up, everybody in the chat? What's up, Dubs? What's up, Angelo? Lewis? Coachy. Shout out to Coach. JR. Mike Hall. Everybody. This is your boy at Big Game James _36. This is Big Games BS. Presented by AlphaMaleJacks.com. Had a great Alpha Male Jacks moment today. Actually, I'm going to tell you about it. Tell you why it's great. This is why Alpha Male Jacks is great, because it's a literal service that you can pick up the phone and you can call, and that's your doctor. So what happened this morning, last couple of weeks, I've had a cough. And if you see me at sometimes, like if you watch the news or you see me late at night and I'm doing stuff, I have a lot of congestion in my chest. And it finally got on my nerves. So I called Christina today. I said, hey, I need to get some of that Alpha Male Jacks treatment. I need drugs. Give me my drugs. And then what they did was based upon, there's an M or something that's showing on the screen. I think it's the camera. Based upon what my blood work has been in the past, they were like, hey, just take some precautions. Go to the ER. They sent my drugs anyway, but I still went to the ER. It was cool, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you guys some free game by Big Game, and I'm gonna actually get a State Farm insurance agent. Guy was talking about advertising with the show anyway. I'm gonna tell you guys a cheat sheet. Now listen, State Farm has a policy that's similar to Aflac, right? You pay like $15 a month depending upon who you are for your health. You go to the ER, they pay you for your day you lost at the ER. I lost 6 fucking hours today. Like, I need that money. But I got to fill out the paperwork and stuff like that. And for each day you're in the hospital, they pay you a good amount of money. But yeah, I'm fine. Doctor told me to take some Mucinex and some stuff. And I got some blood work done so you can see the thing still on my arm. And, I'm good. Just being a little estrogen levels being a little low, estrogen levels being a little elevated, testosterone not high enough. Had a little bitch in me, had to go get that little bitch butt up out of me. But that's how you go to Alpha Male Jack and get that bitch up out your system. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to my boy Gibbs. Shout out to Eric. Thanks for everybody asking about me, checking out. Shout out to everybody who was on my little brother CJ Wilson's podcast. I'm chopping it up with him. That's come over here. We're going to have a little late night thing. But before we get into, I'm not inside of Goodfellas, the world's greatest cigar lounge. We'll do that on Wednesday. We'll pick it back up. I'll have a cigar, cigar to my health after this show. We'll pick it up. Shoot, Eric put glad it's not the vid. Shit. If boy, I tell you, it's one motherfucker that I don't ever want to see again in my life. A lot of y'all, man, there was somebody, my guy posted something talking about COVID and the flu shot, and adds to your risk of stroke and other things, and they were doing it with old people. And I got news for you guys: old people have a higher risk of getting fucking stroke. It doesn't have anything to do with COVID.
Right.
Like, the older I get, the more likely bad shit can happen to me.
Exactly.
Like cancer, other stuff. Like, I mean, listen, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. Oh, hold on, gotta check this out.
We all gonna die someday.
Okay, bullshit. I'm afraid. I'm sorry you had to hear it from us.
Right.
But you're gonna die one day.
Look at your watch.
Yeah.
You're dying right now.
Right. The biggest thing is you want to die slow. Oh man, please guys, make sure you push a like, sub. I want to give you, this is one of the beautiful things about being a member. And if you see the guys in the green, because I've been talking about Green Jacket Cole here. If you're a member, if you're in the green, that means you get to participate in the college football pick'em and the pigskin pick'em. Shout out to my guy Coach JR. Coach JR won the pigskin pick'em. No, excuse me, he didn't win the pigskin pick'em. He won the college football pick'em.
Oh, okay.
Asshole. You know what's fucked up about this is I was in the position to win again, and teams didn't want to act right. All I needed Vanderbilt to do was lose by less than 25 by less than 25.5 points. And they were doing it all the way up until the end. Ole Miss got a jump touchdown. That was a game I should have won. And then there was another one. I think it was Rice. Tulane didn't beat Rice by enough points. But I was mad, so I missed that one. You know what, Andre? Somebody might have to get sacrificed for us to win. I'm gonna be, you know what? I'll be so pissed. Is like if I wasted a death, like if my death was in vain. Like if I died and then Florida State just bottomed out the rest of the season, I'm coming back and fucking haunting Mike Norvell. But like if I died and then we went undefeated, I wouldn't be mad. Like I'd be actually happy. Like it's like your death meant something. But anyways, and then NFL pick'em for all of those who are in it. You're not. We all picked Detroit to win, and Mike Williams has one more win over all of us. So he's got 120 points. Me, Adrian, everybody else, like in the chat, is at 110. But it's a fun way to get $50. Like, you know, and I just need y'all to take the $50 and either enhance your membership or just make sure you pay it off for a whole year. But as we move forward in breaking news, I know we don't have our thing hooked up, so we don't really have any sounds like we have when we were at the cigar lounge. But we all see like the death of a dynasty. And I had no idea it looked this bad. Because when you're going through it, you never know. But like now you're seeing what's happening to Clemson. I tweeted out on Saturday, are we seeing Clemson's players give up on, click on the actual quote tweet first. Are we seeing Clemson players give up on Dabo in real time? And what we saw with Jimbo Fisher is we saw Jimbo losing the locker room in real time. You saw Florida State losing the teams that they should not have lost to by like big margins. And it was crazy because you're going through it. But everybody who remember, let's take a trip back down memory lane. And we go back down memory lane. If you remember, Florida State tickets for like $3 on StubHub. And Jimbo Fisher was looking into the stands trying to pick fights with fans. And that's when we knew the end was near. Like, he wasn't going to be here much longer. Like, fans were saying he sucked and all this other shit. And then Jimbo went out of him. Well, today, Dabo Swinney was asked a question by a fan. The fan asked him why Clemson paying him a huge salary just to go 4-4. Dabo lashes out, "You're part of the problem." He also says to the fan, "Tyler, if you want to apply for the job, go for it, and good luck to you." It was a very lengthy and fiery answer. And for FSU fans who remember, and that's where you can go post a picture that was quote tweeted for it. This hero, this man, asked the question that all Florida State fans wanted to know at one point. And Jimbo Fisher got so mad at him. And it was a similar thing. And so, again, what we're seeing as Florida State fans is in real time, we are seeing Dabo lose his mind. Do I have the audio? No, I don't have the audio. I wish. And I'm trying to find the rest. Okay, so to answer, then Dabo follows up with it. To answer your question, I started as the lowest paid coach in this business. I worked my ass off. I'm not going to let this smart-ass kid get on the phone and tell me how to do my job. I work for the board of trustees. Dabo was fucking heated.
Yeah,
that one, yeah, you know how when something gets to you. Like, it just like it struck a chord in his soul. I love it. I love it, man. Couldn't happen to a better person. Dabo's not supposed to be coaching anyway because I hate liars and hypocrites. Dabo said when players get paid, he would be out of this bitch. And really, if you believe in God, this is God having his will. God will not make you a liar. God, if you believe in God, God will show you the light. He's having his Saul on the road to Damascus moment. You said you were going to do something, and now God's making you do it. The scales are in your eyes. You need them to fall out of your eyes. You need to fall down to your knees, repent, and quit. But not yet. I want to see Clemson not make a bowl game. See, Clemson's not a rival. I think I'm the only person that covers Florida State that consistently says that because I'm the only person that covers Florida State who's actually played in this shit. Clemson is not a rival. I don't understand why. They were only a rival because we couldn't beat them. Now we know we can beat them, and they're going back to their rightful place. But because y'all have said so much, and then Clemson fans talk so much shit this year, I want all the bad things in the world to happen to them and only them. I can't wait. I am loving this. I am savoring them getting their asses kicked. I want more terrible things to happen to them. Like not just on the football field. Not necessarily to the players, but maybe to some of the coaches. I want coaches to get in fights. I want Dabo to have to seek atonement for everything. Nothing would make me so more happy than to see Dabo have to answer for not even being able to make a bowl game. And before you come out and say, James, that's just unrealistic. How dare you think Dabo not be able to make a bowl game? Dabo just got his ass whooped by NC State, and it wasn't close. But my buddy did give me he had a theory with all of this, right? Mm-hmm. And we talked about this, and the fans said, James, how could you like that? If you've watched any ACC games on the CW, they've had Clemson on the CW, Louisville's been on the CW, and you know who else has been on the CW? North Carolina. Do you know what happened to all three of the bigger brands in the ACC after they've had to play their games after reruns of Moesha and Reba, and followed by Reba? They all lost. My boy who coaches at Louisville said the last thing you want to do is be one of the banner programs in the ACC and have to play on the CW. You will lose. And Clemson played on the CW. But we saw all of this coming. They lost to Duke 28-7. But then we said, hey, that was a rough game. A lot of bad shit happened. They whooped Charleston Southern's ass the way they should. They whooped FAU's ass the way they should. They played us to an overtime. We won. Then they bounced back against Syracuse 31-14. We said, okay, well, they're back to play Wake Forest 17-12, which made a lot of the people in this chat terrified of fucking Wake Forest. What the fuck is a Demon Deacon? For them to go to Miami and lose to Miami in 2 overtimes, to make Miami feel like they're back, to go and lose NC State. But here is who Clemson has left. A Notre Dame team that is not world beaters, but they're 7-2. They play at noon this weekend. They play Georgia Tech, who's hungry and could actually beat Miami and wants to make a bowl game, which I think they will. They play a North Carolina team that just got ashamed by Virginia a week before. And then who did they lose to this week? Oh, they lost to Georgia Tech. Yeah. And then they play South Carolina, who there'll be the battle for insignificance at that point. But Clemson could lose to Notre Dame, have a battle with Georgia Tech, lose to North Carolina, and be battling for a bowl game in their last game against South Carolina. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. But I had to come in with that because that was the newest news of the day. Make sure you go jam the like button. Now we'll go into our regular scheduled program. We got a housekeeping. Dabo just gave us something to talk about, so we had to discuss it. But as Miles goes and pushes up the things that on his TV, and which is right in front of me, for some reason the Twitter stuff comes out small. But let's play that right there. We're just going to show how good our coach is, and we'll talk about Virginia a little bit more soon as well, because Virginia was in a great game with the University of Miami. Could have been better, but it didn't go the way we all wanted it to go. Well, it went the way Luke or somebody else might want it to go, but like not us. But this is again, we still got some of the content coming from our guys. One thing about content creation but this is a good story, so I don't mind it. But man, damn, boy, I tell you what, sometimes when you create the content, it takes weeks to get this shit, and then the story is old by the time you start putting everything out. But this story never gets old. It's a blind kid seeing this game. It's awesome. I love Jack and them. I love the fact that there's so many people that are reaching out to me that know the family. And this is what I want people to know. Like I always talk about Coach Norvell and how he's how he's the same person. This is just what Coach Norvell was. What he did pregame. We're hanging out here right before we beat Duke's ass. Like Jack's just trying to play it off, man. Like he's like that whole time he's like, yo, these people are really talking to me, man. Like I don't really know what's going on here, man. Like, but like these cats is really nice, man. But everybody, again, I love how everybody treated my guy Jack nice. Again, Jack's Dream will still be releasing content probably daily, a couple times a day onto the YouTube. Make sure you just go there. It's partitioned and all of the stuff. Go to Jack's Dream, follow that. Look at all the different things. What we got next up here? I know a couple people asked. Some of your questions are going to get answered as we go through here. This has nothing to do with me, but I would love to do something for somebody. This is basically the all-in experience. And this is why I like doing this for people, because these are real fans. Couldn't happen to better people. Like, it's just a cool-ass experience for some old-ass Philadelphia Eagle fans. And this is why sports is dope. Just seeing moments like this.
Oh, no. You want me to order you one of those?
What is that?
You want grand prize?
So there's sideline passes. If you want to come and watch the warm up on the sideline, I can take you guys down there right now if you want to come.
Right now?
Yep.
Oh
my gosh, of course. What's your name?
Marie.
Terrence.
Nice to meet you.
We were talking about the sideline pass last
We
week.
were. We kept saying, who are these
The bright
people
people
down
got
there?
it.
How did they
Look how
get down
excited
there?
they are.
People
Man.
just like
It
you.
gets better.
Ladies and
Any
gentlemen,
grown
the
ass
real
man
Garden of
really-
Eden right here.
That's for real
This
easy.
is great. So we see them
I just realized.
live.
Yeah.
Damn. I think they're huge.
No, I'm on the sideline, not just at the game.
Cynthia, you'll
Alexa.
never believe where I am. So I am on the sideline. On the side.
I'm not in the seat. I'm on the
They're gonna tell this story
sideline.
for the rest of their life, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the cool shit that sport gets done. Like, people overlook stuff like that, man. Like, them people gonna be telling that story for the rest of their life, man.
Shout out to the first interracial couple of all time. That gotta be like.
Basically, they do look like they're the ones who went to the Supreme Court. Actually, now it's flipped though. It's like the first black man to actually get the opportunity to marry his white wife. Because they've been through some shit.
Yeah,
like they had to go through the 70s and the 80s. Like, dude, it was rough. It was rough. Oh,
God
man.
bless them. Go Birds.
Listen, man, it's only 6 people who get the opportunity right now to get sideline passes to dope. On my part. That's part of the all-in package, but I don't even know if I could get people into the Miami one, man. It's crazy what happens when you start fucking winning, man. People want to go to everything, but let's check out the next one. This is the ACC. ACC just released their 2024 schedule, and if you're like me, You didn't read this shit the right way, and you got a little too excited really quick. What I mean by that is I looked at it and I was like, yeah, can't wait for this shit. I'm going to Atlanta, Miami, and what is it? Atlanta, Miami. Oh, it's another. Who do we play? We play. There we go. Oh, Atlanta, Miami, and Dallas, because that's where Southern Miss is. But then I remember we're not playing Georgia Tech in Atlanta. We're playing Georgia Tech in Dublin. But we played Notre Dame on the road. We played Notre Dame, so that's basically I get to go to Chicago, Dublin, Miami, and Dallas. 2024 is going to be fucking lit already. I'm not mad at this schedule. This schedule right here, if you want to know big game prediction for next year, going to the fucking college football playoff again with that schedule right there. Ain't a team on there we not beating the fuck out of. We're beating the fuck out of Duke, beating the fuck out of Cal, beating the fuck out of Boston College. Clemson might not have a coach. North Carolina doesn't have Drake May. Georgia Tech, shout out to my guy Mari Harvey. We whipping that ass. Miami stinks. And I don't really know what SMU has, but I don't fear them. So I have no reason to fear. And the coolest thing is Green Jacket Cole gets to show up on the away games. I'm wearing that fucking green jacket to Dublin so that I don't have to pay for a ticket. And I'm going to try to get into Dallas in the Miami game with my green jacket. Do not want to go to Durham, North Carolina. Have zero fucks to care about going to a Duke Blue Devil game. Did not like it as a player. Do not like it as a fan right now. Don't want to go in. Don't want to go into that. Dublin, man, I can't. It's I don't think I'm throwing a tailgate in Dublin.
That would be tough.
Tired. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Tailgate's got me a little weary right now. We are throwing a Miami tailgate though. Okay. That'll be the last. Well, we'll have a Miami tailgate, probably an ACC championship tailgate. Then if we're in New Orleans, we'll throw a tailgate for the playoff in New Orleans. And if we make it to the championship and we're in Houston, best believe we're throwing a tailgate in Houston. So, but I do want to do something in Dublin though, like niggas in Dublin. Like I want to do like Jay-Z and them. Jay-Z and ball so hard, motherfuckers gonna find me. What's 50 grand to a motherfucker like me? Can you please remind me? Durham is rough like Jacksonville? No way. I don't. That's crazy. I never knew that. But the schedule's there. I don't really see us being past past 26. We will be out of this motherfucker soon. So fuck all of that. So shout out to my guy Dave. Met David at the last tailgate. Seen him before, but met him at the last tailgate. My guy has been an all-in member for 2 months. Really, really helps, really gives back. Shout out to my guy for doing those things. You don't have to. I really appreciate all the members. Again, when you join as a member or you do the super chat, you are basically helping provide more ammunition for me to be able to go do stuff in the community that you guys like. When you support my sponsors, you're helping pay my bills. But that's basically what I always do. I tell people, somebody said, don't you need fans to watch your show? Not really. Be nice. But the people follow me because I have really good taste and stuff. So going into what I cover, and I know a lot of you guys, some of you guys care, some of you don't, but I love continuations of things that we talk about. So Pittsburgh Steelers play the Jacksonville Jaguars. Before we get into before I go into that, shout out to my guy Lathan Haberdashery Lad. He came in, I was in the hospital. He came in and gave me my 2 shirts and showed me the preview of my suit. That's fucking customer service. My man came to the ER and made sure that I got my short sleeve dress down shirts. So appreciate them.
What?
I ain't had nothing else to do. He was like, he had them. So I'm like, I'm here. I know I'm going to be here for a few hours. So you can just meet me here. But I love when life happens and we can get a continuation of something. So if you remember on Friday, we showed you Little Riri, aka Short Bus Shorty, aka George Pickens. George Pickens had some not so nice things to say about the Jacksonville Jaguars and their defense. So, we obviously, Miles, and what we talked about, Miles created a short off of it. And again, I think a lot of times if you don't want to tell people, hey, go watch this whole show, I think the best thing you can do to them is tell them go watch the short. So Miles, click on the short right real quick. And let's just listen to what Short Bus Shorty had to say about the Jags and just our interactions with Short Bus Shorty.
George Pickens was the guy who was doing bench press.
Oh, cool. It actually shows it in the inside.
Yeah, I
the
didn't think it was going to either.
That's interesting. You learn something new every day.
And my guy Josh asked him a very simple question.
George Pickens, wide receiver, University of Georgia. I will be mentioned I'm not mentioned. I will be mentioned not by choice, by choice.
Let's get it
March
out.
20th.
Get it out.
I'll be mentioned. I won't be mentioned.
That's when I knew I wanted to draft him. I don't want scholars, man. George Pickens. I'm not going to do bench. I'm the bench press at my school, and I like turtles.
Why has Jacksonville been susceptible for the pass? I mean, one of the worst pass defense, especially the last 3 games. I think they're last.
I think their D-line, they depend on their D-line a lot. With their team, having a lot of first-round guys on that D-line, that's what they depend on a lot. And they kind of, hope, hope that the guys hold that long enough, hope. So it's kind of a hope defense.
I mean, you better win. You better hope you win. George Pickens was the guy who was doing.
And he better win. You better hope they win. And they didn't. And it wasn't relatively close or easy. But there's one thing that I always hate, right? When it comes down to football games. It's so easy to blame the refs for your inability. Now, before anybody jumps me, I, James Coleman, am not a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. I cover the Jacksonville Jaguars. I am not a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, though. So I want to be clear. My life is easier when the Jaguars win, but I'm not I'm not a bandwagon guy. I don't. That's not what I do. I watch the games. And somebody actually asked me, did I watch the game? So what do the Pittsburgh Steelers go and reward the Jacksonville Jaguars? For giving them a solid ass whipping. For the record, at no point did the Pittsburgh Steelers ever have a chance to win this game. They were hoping, and their hope ran short. And what happened afterwards is a bunch of, again, very high estrogen, low testosterone responses. Mike Hall's right. They left a lot of points on the field. Trevor Lawrence did not play a great football game. Travis Etienne played a good game. But how do they feel about this? Let's listen to this this young man right here give his opinion and his breakdown of why the Jacksonville Jaguars won. Deontay Johnson is his name. One, really nice dreads.
I was thinking that. I was like, well, you know what?
Before we really get into the thick of it, Deontay, shout out to your loctician.
Yeah, facts.
Let's go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, I gotta make plays. I'm too plays.
Yeah, it's just
Gotcha.
One more, guys.
How about them missing the call on Kenny where he hurt his dreads look like he got rough there?
They wanted them to win. They was calling. Everything was in their favor. Like every little call. But it is what it is.
It's a wide receiver for those who don't know.
Moving on from it. I'm ready for Thursday. I don't care what nobody says. It costs us the game. Y'all gotta make plays. Them 2 plays and catches or whatever. But that don't define. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing.
One more, guys.
How about them?
Contract coming up, man.
They should they did don't have the dandruff. Like I have a big problem. I can't wait to getting a hair treatment on a Friday before the game. Just make my dreads get a little bit better. It's a lot of dandruff in there. It's annoying. For those curious, Deontay Johnson didn't have a bad game. He was 8 catches for 85 yards. And his thought process was the referees wanted them to win the game. And what planet does he live on? Why would the Jacksonville Jaguars be cared about by the NFL when everybody is saying the Jags are moving to London? Nobody says anything. One thing I can promise you as a guy who covers the Jaguars, nobody gives a fuck about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Especially if they wanted anybody to win, they would want one of the most storied franchises in NFL history in the Pittsburgh Steelers to be the ones that consistently win. No, what happened was we came into your trap, took that shit over, punched you in the mouth for talking shit, and then ran the ball down your goddamn throat.
Right.
It's unfortunate. When you hear people say things like the referees got it, and if anybody listens, shout out tomorrow. We didn't do it today, but tomorrow, 1 o'clock, if you're a member, go on the members community. You can already see the link. Make sure you join. If you're not a member, become a member so you can see it. We will be doing the big game breakdown of Wake Forest. You come, ask questions, learn how to watch film. But I always say this. If the data and the film doesn't back what we believe, then we must change our position. If the referees were helping, this is what would happen. The referees would have penalized the Pittsburgh Steelers a lot more than they would have done the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
Right? Fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it.
There were 6 penalties called evenly by both teams. But James, all penalties aren't created equal. What about a face mask? What about this? Like, what about a long run by a running back or a tight end that gets called back because he stiff arms the guy and they call a face mask? Well, that did happen to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Some PIs. The Jacksonville Jaguars, while they got 6 penalties, they were penalized 72 yards to the Pittsburgh Steelers 52 yards.
Wow.
The plays were even. But here's what you want to know where the biggest, what happened? It's just they outplayed you, Deontay. Jags had 65 plays. The Pittsburgh Steelers had 64. They had 261 yards of total offense. The Pittsburgh Steelers did. The Jaguars had 377 yards of total offense. It sounds like you should be more mad at your defense.
Facts.
Than you are at this. And what did George Pickens do? Scored a touchdown.
He's a baller.
One.
You can talk his trash.
He was 1 catch for 22 yards, and the only touchdown he scored.
That's funny.
The touchdown he scored was because what's my man name? Dewey, the white boy, ran into one of the players who was trying to make a tackle, and they basically knocked each other off of George Pickens as he walks into the end zone. It was a good play. Basically. Now, I want to remind Mika Fitzpatrick did not play for the Steelers.
Oh, wow.
But Tyson Campbell and Andre Sisco were out for the Jaguars. They were going up against Dewey, who was a backup, who was sucked when he was the starter. And whoever 30 is for the Jaguars, it's an abomination to Christ that you're playing corner. But he was out there and holding his own, and the Steelers tried to pick on 30. But then what happens is Kenny Pickett in the small hands got rocked, and he got knocked out of the game. And then they brought in arguably one of the worst quarterbacks, the most overrated, the most overdrafted player in NFL history, and Mitch Trubisky. I remember I almost got suspended from 10-10 because Mitch Trubisky again loves Jimbo Fisher because that victory that North Carolina had at Doak over FSU is what got him drafted.
Mitch Trubisky or the Peter Man?
I'm going Pete.
Oh, wow.
Mitch Trubisky in that draft, this was my eye quote, is like when a guy goes to Vegas and falls in love with a stripper off a Backpage and calls and sells all of his possessions and leaves his family to marry the stripper. To marry the whore.
R.I.P. Backpage.
Yeah, Backpage was solid, man. I know a lot of people who got saves a lot of people convenience.
Yeah.
Craigslist, Backpage. Listen, is
this not weird? I've never paid attention to how weird this man hasn't even got a chance to get his shirt off.
Nah, that's just how it goes.
And why are there cell phones instead of microphones?
Because you can get it clear.
It just works better.
It just works better. It's more convenient. But now that they have the thing with the microphone, with the either the DJI or the what's the one that I have? The microphone, little lapel mic, the Rodecaster. Like I saw in the NFL, the Rodecaster. I have an attachment that makes it look like the
You gotta use
microphones.
that, yeah.
So like it makes it look like I can't wait to go to the Super Bowl. I am so technologically savvy right now, way better than I was at season. But I digress. The Steelers are now not better than the Jags. The Jags are 6-2. And who would have thought we'd be in this position? And much like Florida State fans, we have some very big whores are fun, hoes in the Jaguar fan base, in particular the media. Do you know these motherfuckers? Like I was opposed to Trayvon Walker being the number 1 overall pick.
I remember.
He's on this team though. He's not the problem. The Jags defense is not the problem. You know what the problem is with the Jags right now? The fucking offense. With Calvin Ridley, the level in which we expected him to do. Christian Kirk has this. Really, Trevor Lawrence isn't performing like a top 10 quarterback. But let's listen to our defensive no names and listen to what they talk about when it comes to George Pickens. And Dewey's his white guy. Fabio is what we used to call him. Fabio, because his hair has locks. Dewey is talking to us like, like he kind of has that look like if he would have been like what was it, Salute Your Shorts or like those old teenage shows. Like he's got a good moral compass. Like Dewey has some good advice. Let's play that.
If you want to bump in here, if you two both want
Come
to
on.
address,
I'll get right in
you
there.
both addressed
My brother.
one catch. What was that?
It was I believe one catch for 22 yards.
Yeah, and the touchdown, it's on me. I'll eat it. It's on the chin.
But hey, it is what it is. We already know it's gonna be some plays made out there. I mean, we expected it, but we would have hoped, just like they would have hoped, our defense was gonna come in and do whatever. I don't know how they thought we were gonna come in and play, but we'd have hoped they would have put up a better fight than that. So,
and you just kind of want to, he needs some advice moving forward. You never put pressure on yourself. You never put expectation on yourself, and he did that. And if hoping is getting a dub, we'll take the dub.
Yeah,
please, we just and he's a young player. He's a young player, but you can't chat before the game. You gotta go out there and really walk the walk.
You don't fire up a bunch of hungry dogs. Like, it's not smart. So George, do better.
Did you guys put it up in the locker room, or was it part of the group chat?
No, we just kind of seen some things just moving around on social media, and we didn't say nothing the whole week. We just put it in the chamber, and then when it was time to come out, and
Sorry, Trey.
we started firing on all cylinders.
Dog.
Shout out to Mia O'Brien for that interview right there. Yeah, that was Mia. But Mia was the one who got, like, my man Dempsey and everybody else was getting on Mia and talking about, again, Trayvon Walker had a sack. Josh Allen is performing very well in the contract year. Jags going to a bye week, 6-2. Last year they came out smoking in the bye week. Right now it's 10 in your end. Jags only need 4 more wins in the next 9 games to be able to secure themselves into the NFL playoffs. So back to now talking about what we have. The Jags was 6-2. The Jaguars haven't had to start like this since 1999. I was 15 years old.
That's so bad.
Juvenile was encouraging women to back that ass up. Cash Money was taking over for the 99 and the 2000. It's so crazy that nobody thought the Jags would ever do this again, because remember what we thought in 2000, we thought the world was going to end.
Oh, facts.
So remember, all you people, just remember, some of you people who are afraid of COVID and a lot of these things were also afraid of Y2K. How many world-ending catastrophes do you have to live through to realize it's probably not going to happen? I just went over the stats. We don't need to go over that. Let's go into FSU. If your team is 8-0, please put a hand clap in the group chat. Put a hand clap in the chat if your team's 8-0. Just for those who want to put that in there, if you can go click on the next one from my home girl, Nikki. But like, it's a dope ass handshake. I think I'm gonna start doing this to the guys. I'm gonna study this bitch. But we got to talk about him. While Miles is trying to find out, again, give a hand clap if your team's 8-0. 8-0, 6-2, and I'm on 2-6. No, I'm 7-2. 7-2. Mandarin Mustangs are 7-2. So we finish our regular season up this Friday against Bartram Trail. Got a good friend of coaches at Bartram Trail. Saw him with the pumpkin carving. But Florida State fans, I want you to realize that's the hand clap right there. We're gonna experience a lot of hate, but I want you guys to just don't worry, be happy. And when it's our opportunity to gloat, we're gonna gloat. We're gonna gloat like a motherfucker. Like I'm gonna tell you what I'm about to gloat on this sassy, sissified, I don't even know what the poo butt, Dwight Howard loving, dick in the booty ass, RJ Young coming up here. But for now on, this is how I want everybody on Monday. We need to put post up here like this. This is good handshake. This is when your friends have success. And our friends at Florida State, this is what we need to do.
8 seconds to go before halftime. Again, 8 seconds to go before halftime. Again, 8 seconds to go before halftime. Again, 8 seconds to go.
Right. Cool as fuck right there. Florida State 8-0 for the first time since 2014. By the numbers, Jordan Travis, who people were telling me regressed, he had 388 yards in total offense, 22 for 35 passing. Season high, 359 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 29 yards on the ground with a 13-yard rushing TD. Trey Benson, the first player in FSU history to have an 80-yard touchdown reception and an 80-yard rushing touchdown. 80-yard catch marks longest of his career. 10 carries, 55 yards rushing, 4 catches for 100 yards. Jared Verse recorded 2 sacks this game, bringing his total to 4.5. Jared Verse is FSU's active sack leader. 13.5 sacks in his career. Patrick Payton had a sack. Completed a couple other guys are doing stuff. Florida State extends its streak of winning games to 14 straight games of 30-plus more points. Basically, if Florida State scores 30 points, you're not going to score 30 points, so you're going to lose. That's basically what it comes down to. Did you know Florida State is the only team in the nation to go the entire month of October without giving up a passing touchdown? All 3 passing touchdowns that have happened to Florida State happened in the month of September. So what that means is that you got to give it up for the Fuller D. If your D is weak, get you some Fuller D, and if you don't have a Fuller D, go to alphamalejackson.com and we can make sure that you love Fuller D. Fuller D is where it's at. When I talk about sassafrance, sissified, sassy individuals, what comes to your mind? What comes to my mind is a young Bati boy by the name of RJ Young.
Jesus.
RJ Young takes time out of his schedule, if you will, to always troll Florida State because we basically beat the fuck out of his team, Oklahoma, in the bowl game. And he doesn't want us to be great. And he just loves his school. Nothing wrong with that, having pride. We are not rivals with Oklahoma. Why the fuck do you? But he always, so again, every time he talks real early. So Florida State was up 10-0 in the first quarter. Should have been 24-0, if you're asking me. But fuck it. We have a whole breakdown. And I'm doing some video breakdown tomorrow. So you can hear my opinions on it. Right now is me going in on RJF. Was it Weezy F Baby? Isn't that what Lil Wayne says?
Oh, yeah.
RJF Young. But the F stands for UTS. Hard F. Don't want to get shut down on my live. But you can add to it. You can add them. You can tell them I said it. Run up on me when you actually pause that. If you got because I don't know what run up on me when you see me means in your language, you fucking consonant. But Wake Forest comes in, they score early in the second quarter. It's 10-7. So what is RJ with 12 minutes and 6 seconds left in the second quarter? RJ Cuz checking on Florida State as you flip to Oklahoma, Kansas. 10-7. Ain't nobody say nothing. But he ain't got nothing else to say after we beat the fuck out of them. Florida State scored 24 points in that quarter. Do you know who won the Oklahoma-Kansas game? Kansas. And I made this tweet. OU, is this man's fault that y'all lost? If he keep this fruity fairy ass out of no business and focus on reporting the right way, God wouldn't have smited y'all. Sassy ass, what was the final score of this game? And what's the final score of your school's game? Rock, chalk, fucking Jayhawk. so much estrogen. And I'm not even talking about from the female reporters. I expect this from the female reporters. I don't expect this from a man whose voice has not dropped, who has not hit puberty. I suspect you were taking hormone blocking drugs.
Oh my God.
Anyways, fuck this guy. Matter of fact, play that right there. That ain't got. That's for something else. We'll pull it up right here. Anytime y'all tell RJ I said this, don't really give a fuck right here. But to quote, I don't even think he's great, but I think he's great for this quote right here. Kevin Gates. This is how I feel about anybody who tells me about RJ F. Young.
Boy, fuck you. Dad today. Boy, fuck you. Dad today. Boy, fuck you. Dad today. Boy, fuck.
It's just so antagonistic. But I want people to realize this as well. Nephew is him. And if those who don't know who Nephew is, that is Kalen DeLoach. Through 8 games, he's got 45 tackles, 23 solo tackles, 4.5 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, 1 fumble recovery for a touchdown, 1 forced fumble, and 1 pass breakup. Nephew getting paid next year. Shout out to Kalen DeLoach. Kirk Herbstreit has Florida State listed as the 4th team in the college football playoff. He has Michigan listed at number 1, says they're the most consistent. Bullshit. 1B, Georgia football, who is the most consistent, has looked good all year. Ohio State 3, says impressive resume and defense, even though they definitely should have lost a couple games. FSU football is only number 4 because Oklahoma loss helps those down the road. UW needs to regain their momentum from a couple weeks ago at SC Saturday. Oregon controls its own destiny. Those are the next 2 out. Florida State fans, we just gonna get disrespected. So just get used to it. Just keep whipping ass. Everything will take care of itself. For those who don't understand, this is an Adam Fuller Stan account. Florida State college football rep says Florida State went from elite after game 1 to frauds after games 3 and 4, which the 4th game was fucking Clemson. We had 1 bad game against Boston College, and it wasn't even a bad game. We just, whatever the fuck. But here's what they've done since then. 39-17, 41-3, 38-20, 41-16. Basically kicking ass, taking names. And I just, that's all you can do. Keep whipping ass, and everything else will take care of itself. As I said, FSU is the only team in the country that did not allow a passing touchdown in October. FSU led the nation in opponent completion percentage for this month is 41.7 yards per pass, allowed 4.2, and opposer passing rating of 72.41 in October, while producing the ACC's best scoring defense, averaging 14 points a game, ranked 10th nationally. Remember, all of you people who said fire Fuller, you're fucking stupid, but I love you. I embrace you. Embrace the Fuller D. Take it deep. Come on. Just got to breathe. Breathe, and allow that Fuller D to penetrate your soul so that you can talk to other people. FSU, the problem with FSU fan base is that we have way too many talking heads. We have way too many Twitter personalities, and we have way too many things. We have FSU uniform tracker. I have no beef with them. I have beef with this statement, and this is the problem is it had 155,000 views. You people make idiots popular, just so you know that. They put the ACC announced next week's FSU Miami game will be broadcast on ABC, which means it will be at noon, 3:30, or 7:30 p.m. I have a feeling that it will be a primetime 7:30 p.m. game, but what if they lose to NC State? FSU uniform tracker looks like we're rooting for the Hurricanes next weekend. Don't screw up our 7:30 game in dope. Boy, fuck you, die today. One thing I don't want, fuck Miami. Let them lose the rest of their games. I predicted them to be 7-5, but that doesn't mean I want them to win next week. Like, just like some people were trying to root for Florida against Georgia for fucking what? I don't want Florida to be successful in anything. This is the problem, man. Too many of you guys try to intervene with God's will. It is God's will for them to stop. And he's trying to make it happen. And y'all are over here praying for your oppressors. I will never pray for a team that wants to see me lose. If it takes us having a noon kickoff, because Miami lost to North Carolina State for me to have joy and be able to troll all next weekend, you know what? Fuck it. Let them lose. And you know what we'll do with my tailgate? The tailgate will be an after party. It'll be an after tailgate, an after gate. We'll party it up on the top of lot 19. But we do not stand for bullshit. We do not stand for fuckery. Fuck them people. Damn, Dabo had another one. Another caller expressed pleasure that Dabo plans to stay 15 more. Dabo said, "Oh damn, they were right. They blowing Dabo ass up on that phone call list." Again, never have I ever wished that Florida, but I love continuity. Can we play She Shed Boy? Florida fan, I'm gonna go while you're looking for that, Miles. And the only problem I have with YouTube, right, is that YouTube doesn't like allow you, like, you don't see the comments unless you are I need y'all looking for it. So people like I'm talking about.
Yeah, the comments on this was ridiculous.
People was like getting after it. Like,
maybe you don't know football.
I don't know. I mean, they were just like, you could tell who's never played football before. What?
Yeah.
I ain't never played football before. Well, that's a new one. Let me see if when I click on it, if I can go read some of these comments while you're getting this ready, Miles. Damn, I did this in Indianapolis. Jeez, that was a long time. It feels like it doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
Facts. Time goes by too. But yeah, it's getting healthy off that word salad.
Yeah, you can go ahead and play it because I mean, these people were. Florida fans were upset, and you know what's wild is they went back and they found it after they won a couple games.
They found what?
This?
Oh, really? They came back. I gotta go look at the comments. I gotta do better with that. Right?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
I'll help. Somebody tell me what the this guy's talking about.
Modern football is. We don't have a toolbox. We like to say we have a tool shed of scheme. You know what I mean? Our deal is there going to be multiple 4-down front team that play split safety man match, middle field close coverage. You know, the word creeper gets thrown around, right? Which is a 4-man pressure versus the pass and a 5-man pressure against the run. So it's a mixture of fire zone.
At 3, Leroy, if you couldn't comprehend regular scheme talk, just say
down front. At the end of the day, not many people are like us that are multiple in the back end and multiple in the front end.
Like, you ever see somebody who wants to sound smarter than what they are, so they're going to use every big word that they got? Not even great value, Kirby.
You understand what? Not one person in those comments.
Did you play the game? If you did at a high level, you know exactly what he's saying, even if you played offense. Obviously, someone never played football. Personally, the young dude knows what he's talking about, and hopefully applies it to the field. Defense is going to be much improved. I don't care if the Gators D coordinator sounds like Foghorn Leghorn. As long as he can call the right coverages at game time, go Gators. They don't want to see Florida up. They scared, son. It wasn't that complicated, but just because you rode the short bus don't mean we don't understand them. Here's the best one. Who is this Ice Cube looking like? That's always what they come to, man. It always comes down to who the fuck is this Ice Cube looking like? It's always that, man. They always trying to go for the jugular and hurt my feelings, man.
It's crazy because they say it's obvious who never played football. If we stood you guys next to each other and you put your money on who you thought played football before, and you bet on this face.
But it's one, he played linebacker. I did not know at a D3. That looks like he's never. He looks like. I say Jonah Hill, but really King of Queens. He looks more like King of Queens, very smooth. I've never seen.
I don't believe.
Forgive me. He looks soft all over.
Yeah.
Like I'm fluffy now. I'm bigger than I was. But like there's muscle tone there. Like you could tell at some point I played a sport in my life.
He got a plushy Adam's apple.
Right. He's got a double chin. I mean, like he doesn't have. This is why I always tell people, don't trust any man who doesn't have any facial hair. Like this man doesn't even have anything. Like he's untrustworthy. But for those who said something, he's 33, 39, 43 in 3 of his last 4 SEC games. Ain't shit about that improved. You were getting mudded. You are a turnstile. What's this NBA basketball player? I know we're going to talk about him in a second. It's like I wish they could see it. He is Joe Smith's wife. And we're going to find that out, and you're not going to like that comparison if you're a Florida fan.
Joe Smith's wife.
We're going to get into that. Long story short, Florida got their asses whooped, and they got embarrassed. And this is what happens when you know you're outmanned, you know you're outgunned, you don't have an opportunity to win, you don't have confidence. It's false bravado brought to you by your auntie, the leader of your group, Auntie Lennon. You guys pick on guys who literally say, guys, we don't have anything to be overly optimistic about. You can be cautiously optimistic, but you don't, which is why I love my guy Blake. Mertz wasn't bad, but Mertz is not going to lead you to any promised land. You don't have wide receivers. Your offensive line is like skis as they love penetration. Your running backs are okay. Your defensive coordinator sucks balls, and he's terrible. And he looks like a guy he looks like Jonah Hill cosplaying as Kirby Smart for Halloween. But the problem is Kirby Smart was right there. And he was offended that you let Jonah Hill, fat Jonah Hill, cosplay as him. And he beat the fuck out of him with a bimbo. I believe that's what. Was it Bobo? Let me make sure I said the right name. UGA, because people are going to be like James. People who don't know, because a lot of y'all don't follow college football. You got to make sure, is it Bobo? It's not Monken anymore. Yeah, it's Bobo. My bad. You got your ass whooped by a Bobo.
Oh my gosh. This looks like.
Now, this is the call. It was 10-7. Florida went down on the first drive. Pause real quick, please, on this. Now, trick play right here. All right. Doesn't look like a trick play. It looks like a regular play. Quarterback said, we do this in the NFL all the time. Quarterback starts here, looks at the alignment, then he comes up to the line of scrimmage, so push play real quick, and then pause again. Looks like a quarterback sneak, right? The center snaps it through the quarterback's legs to the running back.
Oh, that's some trickery.
You have already you're trying to defy the laws of physics.
Yeah.
It's hard to snap it to the quarterback.
It does seem.
Now you're doing a no-look snap. When it didn't even take all of that. Imagine a world, if you will, where you just snap the ball to him and you hand it to the goddamn running back. And then the running back does what he's trying to do is throw a pass. But push play so we can see what these idiots did. They did this on purpose. And they snap it to his right. He's trying to throw the ball. No chance. They go for it on 4th down inside of their own 40. Give Georgia an easy opportunity to score a touchdown.
Oh.
Giving the Bobo the opportunity to just keep mudding them. Florida's W's this year, the teams have a combined 12-28 record. They beat McNeese State, who's defeated. They beat Charlotte, who's 2-6. They beat South Carolina, who's 2-6. They beat Vanderbilt, who's 2-7. They beat Tennessee, who's 6-2. You beat absolutely nobody, and you run the risk of not being bowl eligible or being 6-6 at best. And I love every second of it. This Ice Cube fucking lookalike told you that you were going to stink, and you stunk. And we're going to whoop that ass at the end of it.
Can't kill his wife. I was like, you know what?
That's it. Bobby, put that video game down.
Underrated show.
Very underrated show. Hold on, let me see. Because again, will Florida be bowl eligible? Florida plays Arkansas this week.
It's not for a bowl. Okay.
If Florida doesn't beat Arkansas, this is who Florida has left. They play LSU at LSU. The she-shed defense is going to get exposed. They play another high-power offense in Missouri. That's 7-1 right now at Missouri. And then they play Florida State. Are we showing this? Please show that video so we can show the she-shed and screen game.
Gosh, damn that poor boy.
This is where I need to go. I got to get the sound again. You know, we run push pause real quick, Miles. We run multiple in the front end and we run multiple in the back end.
Yeah, I got it. Damn. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a
We
good one.
run multiple in the front end, we run multiple in the back end, and then we don't teach our corners to go. Like, there's no way to change this. The only way to beat this is you have to be aggressive. You have to take it on. But this is it. Just truth is I'm tired. Boom. Options are few. Boom. I tried to pray. Boom. But where are you?
Oh, it's so fun. He just got the read. I got to go inside. Whoa!
That's McConkey. What's funny is they got the whitest white boy name was eating on him. I don't know if his name. It's not really McConkey. It's McConkey.
Oh, with a K, McConkey.
But it's like but he's really white.
That's a white name.
So like it's Mahonky is out here just destroying them.
God,
oh
man, that is so pretty.
Warms my cold heart. UVA was now 2-6. They were 2-5. Took the University of Miami into overtime. Had every opportunity to win the game in the regular season. Miami fans keep applauding about how great their team is, but they're saying they should be 7-1, 6-2. Statistically speaking, they should be 4-4, and they're led by the Dyke. And this is what the Dyke had to say about the football team in which he coaches and goes for.
Did not play well at all. Did a great job. I got to give credit to them mixing it up. Just trying to make me force things and just dump underneath and kind of got greedy a little bit. Just got to check the ball down more than I did even when I did today. So just got to be better, better decision making. At the end of the day, my teammates got me. Defense did a great job. Giving the offense a chance to win the game, and thank God for Andy Borgos, because without him, I think we would have lost the game. So I made 3 clutch kicks and did a good job. Yeah, honestly, did not play.
Is it back at the beginning?
Yeah.
All I can say is this, and I'm gonna get off of that. If y'all put that motherfucker out there in 2 weeks. I gotta find this sound because this might be one of my use. All I'm gonna say is if I don't cuss at him and I don't threaten him, I can say whatever I want to say. This is how Miami fans gonna be. We sick and tired of that nigga right now. That's what Miami fans gonna say at the end of that game. You lost one of your best pass rushers in Nigel Kelly. I'm sorry about that. I really like that kid. Mom's awesome. This guy is like Oprah with cars. Like, you get a pick, you get a pick, you get a pick. It's going to be house picking. Like, the reality is Pittsburgh should not score on us. We basically may go into the Florida game having not given up a touchdown in almost 2 months.
From the Miami shows I listen to, they say he's been the main problem.
He is. But do you know what the problem is? Actually, he's not the main problem. The main problem is they don't have anybody to replace him.
It was the most unexpected problem. They thought this was solid.
He sucked last year. He was average just 2 years ago. The problem with Miami fans will say they're back. They have the better ingredients, better pizza, better toppings, Papa John's. They'll say all these things, and then when you challenge them, they're like, well, no, y'all, we never said we was back. They are Donald Trumps. And I'm not saying this for any political thing. I'm just saying 4-5 can say one thing, be wrong about it, and then tell you to your face that he did not say that. And will say it's fake news. That is what a Miami fan is. Y'all told us that this guy was a Heisman contender. Y'all said this was going to be a draftable guy. Y'all acted like we didn't see the – Miles, we have shown the video clips of him throwing the ball into the dirt.
Right, yeah, that's right.
You've seen it. You want to have hope and faith, and I don't know what it is like about you guys. It's so crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
Was that the freshman that pass rusher?
Najee was a sophomore. But Bain is the truth.
That's who they've been talking about.
But I mean, the thing is, we played. He's good. We've played better.
Hey.
Michigan is getting weird. Michigan has just pulled Jim Harbaugh's new contract offer. That would have made him the highest paid Big Ten coach. it just sets up to tell me that it is about to it don't matter what happens to Michigan. What's sad about all of this, I don't mind cheating. I think if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Shit. I want him on the Patriots.
But what's sad about this is, no, you don't. You know what? You know what about Bill Belichick? You ever seen the South Park episode?
Understand the rules. I did not understand the rules.
It's not even that. The beautiful thing about Bill is when he cheated, you know what happened? He won. So what I texted this and give you guys inside track to the coaching world. We knew everybody was going to pick him because Mandarin. We had two kids from one school, Oakley, transferring. One is really, really good. The other one, I can't wait for him to transfer back out. But one's Drake. Drake is really fucking good. But we had everybody else on our defense literally homegrown. And we had 3 players from our defense transfer out. So other schools recruited them to other places.
Oh, wow.
So our defense got weaker even though it got stronger with the Drake. Offensively, we had a kid come in from Jackson, Derek Platts, who's committed to Miami. Derek's really good. Our offense, he's the only person on our – well, we had to bring Carlos in. Carlos is, but Carlos doesn't do anything for us. Jamie French, been here since 9th grade. Our running back been here since 9th grade. Our quarterback's been here since 9th grade. Everybody on our team is literally homegrown. But it was one other kid was supposed to be coming. He was transferring from Georgia. His dad got a job in Florida and as a principal. And I was just like, damn, when they bring him over here. I'm like, cool. I was like, is there anything y'all need to tell me? I was like, because, do we need more? Because if we're going to cheat, I don't really care if we cheat. We just have to win. They can't take the ring from me. They can vacate the wins, but we all know who won.
Right.
Like, we all know who won the national championship in 2003 and 2004. Like, we know USC won this.
Yeah, Reggie Bush.
Doesn't matter what happened with Reggie Bush. We're not going and saying all of a sudden somebody else won. We know what the fuck happened. We were there. We witnessed it. You still got to win the games if you're cheating.
Right.
I don't mind cheating. What I do mind is cheating and losing. He's not won a game that matters with all this cheating. All this cheating, and you still can't, and you just started beating Ohio State. All this cheating, and TCU still beat you.
TCU came out and said they used fake signs, which, if you look at the game and the score, might be indicative that they were actually.
Yeah, I thought about that. I thought about it. I kind of agree with that. But what I'm saying is, if you cheating and you not winning, dog, are you cheating well?
Yeah, that is true. That's some sucky shit.
Cheat better. But it's just still getting weird. I can't wait till that whole thing comes out. Colorado lost. Colorado, again, another team that everybody.
Damn, that hype died down.
It is sad. Like, I mean, the hype, like, it went from every week. They won. Ha ha. Y'all not black enough. You don't like Deion. You a coon. You don't like Deion out here preaching. They don't want to beat me. I mean, they don't want to beat Colorado, baby. They're trying to beat me. See, it's about when you talked about my mama, you made it personal. Mind you, he was going up against a black coach. But Shiloh got kicked out of another game.
Oh, damn.
It was good hit. I don't think it was a hit.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
But here's what's wild. Besides Colorado losing, we told y'all this was going to happen. But let's go with this first. Play that. Let's listen to the sound of what Deion Sanders is saying, and you'll see why there's going to be a group of kids who fucking hate this guy's guts, just like I do. And tell me where the true leadership is in this. It's not that he's lying. But I want you to tell me where the leadership is.
Really do.
Coach, you mentioned the coaching aspect of it as well.
Yes, sir.
Specifically with the offensive line, I mean, what has to improve in that aspect aside from
The line has to improve. It ain't no aspect. The line has to improve. Yeah.
I think it was up until that last drive, you made 7 carries of running back compared to like 34 passes.
Yeah.
How much of that is a struggle for you guys right now?
Well, it's a struggle to run the ball. And we got to figure that out because now you're one-dimensional, and it's easy to stop a team when they're one-dimensional, and that's who we are at this point in time.
Being able to commit to that, you talked about running.
Commit to what?
Running the ball. Could that help?
I think we committed to it on a first down, and we was 2nd and 15. Those are the type of things you don't want to do and get behind the 8 ball. First downs are so vital. First downs are everything. I mean,
Appreciate you, Steven.
When we held them statistically on first downs, it was hard for them to move the ball as well. And when we're getting negative yards on first down, that's a tremendous loss. Because now you know you're going to throw the ball on 2nd down, and they're calling their defenses pertaining to that loss.
I just asked that in terms of the big picture, trying to keep
No, I'm saying
the big picture. You go get new linemen.
Okay,
that's the picture. And I'm gonna paint it perfectly.
Here we go. All right, that's what he talked about. He talked about at the end of it. He said, "I'm gonna fix it through recruiting." He's, "I'm gonna paint the picture and paint it perfectly."
It's cold.
Every offensive lineman they have that's starting, he picked them.
Oh shit!
They're transfers. Those of us who have since said you can't use the transfer portal to literally bring an entire team in because there's too many new personalities, too many retreads. You got to actually have guys who are there to establish the culture, to be able to build it up. And what happens is if he pushes these guys out, he's responsible for their graduation. What happens is on the second transfer, if you put them out and you put them in the portal, if they don't get picked up by somebody else, they're your problem. So you have 85 scholarships. So let's say he pushes 10 linemen out and only 5 of them get picked up by somebody. He's only got 5 scholarships.
Wow, that's crazy. I never knew that.
You got to play it out and go. You got to actually develop somebody. And he just got a commitment for next year, a JUCO guy that went from Florida and Miami, and he stunk both places. So it's nobody's going to want to play for you if it's always somebody else's fault. Now, what's wild in this is, and I'll get it whatever. Somebody stole some shit from Florida, from Colorado. People seem to always steal shit from Deion. But what's wild is Pat Narduzzi, right? He's the coach from Pittsburgh. He got into something. And I think, the funny thing is, play that real quick with Travis Hunter. Because, we talked about, again, continuation. We saw Dwight Howard. And I don't even know what let me see if I can go find the Dwight Howard video from our notes. Was that Friday show we talked about Dwight being a little sassy?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Or was it Wednesday?
That's a crazy situation, man. Prayers, I guess? I don't know. That's weird. I don't like that. I don't know. It's too funny for me to comment on. I will not treat it with the maturity it deserves.
Oh, no, he don't have his jersey on. All right, they made it seem like he was wearing. They said Dwight Howard was wearing a Travis Hunter jersey.
That would be so funny.
Hey, Travis like, yo, man, hey, but chill out. Gay people money spends too. In fact, they spend a lot more money than straight people. So just chill out, Travis Hunter. But Pat Narduzzi, the power of media, fucked around and said something that wasn't all the way said the right way. So Noah Hiles put this quote out. "We lost a lot of good players last year. We thought we'd replace them, and we obviously didn't do a good job with that."
Wow.
That's what was tweeted out, and the damage was already done.
Facts.
That's not what he said, but this is what he said. "I'll go back as a football coach. You lose a lot of good players from 1 year ago, and you think as a coach you're going to replace them, and obviously we haven't. Again, it starts with me. I didn't do a good enough job coaching today. Put it on me, and we've got to make plays." That was the quote.
Oh, who did that to this man?
The reporters put that out there, and it was trouble. It was already bad. Kurt Weller says, "If you're wondering where Pitt is entering next week's FSU game, this is the post-game quote from Pat Narduzzi after Pitt's lost 58-7 to Notre Dame. The bunch of his players quote tweeted that. So the damage was already done by the guy. Pat Narduzzi actually came out and put, I'm 100% responsible for today's loss. Like I said after the game, it starts with me. I didn't do a good enough job coaching today. Put it on me. I remain committed to finishing the season strong with our team. And it's just like nobody cares about the truth if the lie is more entertaining. Noah Lyles got 3.4 million views for his quote, for his thing. Players just literally destroying Narduzzi right now.
That's fucked up. And they still haven't seen the real post. I'm betting.
I mean, I think some of them now have saw it, but like with that was the first one that went out. And it stinks because do you know what Narduzzi wants to say? It really is y'all stink.
But he's a professional.
But what's wild is this. Narduzzi didn't say that. But you know who we have on video actually saying that?
Mr. Sanders.
Mr. Sanders, and everybody's like, wait till he has to do that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then people are like, well, those aren't his guys. He got those guys out the transfer portal. He literally said, I'm coming in with Louis luggage. And now that his Louis is fake, he's trying to do everything. Basically, it's going to be very funny to see what happens when there are no longer any Sanders at Colorado. When there's no longer any Sanders to coach, what would Deion Sanders do? Because it's clear he's about him. But lastly, we'll end the show with these things right here. If Joe Smith is a former NBA player. Dang, I can't. Never mind. I just realized this. I can't really talk how I want to talk because I don't want to see. The bottom line is, protect your sons.
Yeah.
And it's time for us all to start being real as a people. Every woman is not. Every woman not a queen. Every man's not a king. There are some ain't-ish men. There are a lot of ain't-ish women. Nobody has the marking on this. And the problem with social media, and we'll play this actually, because I know a way to make sure it's not as what we need to do. Everything don't need to be seen, and we can all know a little bit less about each other. And there's nothing wrong with the man having standards. And one of my standards is if you I don't want to be able to go on social media and be able to pay $5.99 or whatever the price is and be able to see the lady who's supposed to be mine.
No way, not at all.
And I don't want to see things in the past like come up. Like if you've been with a couple guys at the same time, it's a no-go for me. Sorry, it's a no-go zone. I don't want to, one at a time. Yeah. Now you could have had a bunch of them. You could have had a bunch throughout the day. But there's a sequential order. Like if you're like one guy comes in, another guy opens the door, another guy goes in. Sorry, we can't. Two at the same time. There's no such thing as a menage with two men. I don't care what anybody says. I'm with you. Fine, be liberated. But let's listen to why Joe is a little upset.
I can't believe I'm sitting here just finding out you got an OnlyFans page. Out of all these years, yo, the disrespect that comes with it, that you could even talk to me before you did it, that's bullshit, yo.
Divorce.
That's fucked up, dude. I'm telling you, bro, that's fucked up.
Wait, no. But you're not gonna say fuck me or that's fucked up. It's not fucked up.
Recording me, what the fuck you doing?
Listen, it's not fucked up, and we're going to. Okay, look. So I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course, I'm mad I'm just finding out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice? Joe, I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution. Not in my book. That's no
you knew
solution.
You knew who the fuck I was when you met me.
Before,
I
knew that.
thought that I would never have to go back to anything like this again. But unfortunately, that's not the case right now.
After that, everything's supposed to change.
Everything did change.
No. Obviously, it hasn't.
No, it had to. I had to do something.
You stood out there showing your body. You stood out there doing stuff like this on camera.
You act like that's the only thing that I do. I have mad jobs, but they're not facilitating everything that needs to be done. So I got something extra. OnlyFans be breaking me off. What the fuck?
Come on, Keisha, with that. It don't matter what they breaking you off. It's the disrespect that comes with it.
What
You
disrespect?
couldn't come and talk to me about it.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
well,
push
we're
pause. The
talking
problem
about
with
it
this
now.
is in this
It's
society
disgusting.
is that one, I'm gonna be honest with you. 90% of the stuff that we see like this is skits. But even if this is a fake, right? It's fake, right? Why would you do this to yourself? There's gotta be a better way.
Yeah.
And people want
And you paying for her? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not saying that.
and let's just be real.
She's not.
She's almost 50.
That's what I'm saying.
If she's not 50. Like she doesn't look so okay, safe space. Can we stop with the black don't crack shit? Because she looks old.
Yeah, it's all right, but her attitude made her disgusting. Yeah. She looks like someone. What was it? Family Matters when they got a new or the Will Smith.
No, you're right. She does look like the aunt on Family Matters, the light skinned aunt.
Yeah, right.
With the little kid. Yeah, I'll give you that. I hope you men are listening. This is what a woman actually tweeted. And taking notes. These women see no value in you outside of your money and will disrespect you as soon as the money starts to dry up. They will sell there at the first sign of a struggle, so you cannot turn into a housewife. Which isn't true because again, Sierra's prayer. So it worked for Sierra, but at least Sierra has made it. Like we don't know yet. She's still young, and Russ has long money, but like. It's like I'm all for the dough, right? I'm all for the dough. Get your dough. Like at some point, like, is it all about the dough? It's like, are you willing to do like I don't know. Let me see if they have kids.
That's what I think. Like you married to an NBA star, you got boy. Oh, she's a worthless human. Just divorce her.
Yo, they're not. Oh my God, they're not even that old.
They're not?
He's 48 years old.
Whoa, really?
Yeah,
She did to you.
He's lived tough, man.
You are a prime athlete. Get out of here with this, man. Come on. I'm broken. I wouldn't take that shit. How you gonna be a million taking that shit? Please don't do it, bro.
It's tough, man. Joe Smith's wife. Let's see if we can find some Keisha Chavez. Personal life.
Keisha Chavez.
Yeah,
you got to know.
I think she was a stripper. She's no remorse. I mean, listen, man. No judgment. I'm trying to find Keisha.
I'm judging. Yeah.
Where's like they don't got nothing. I don't know if they like. That's the thing about me with like, because again, I don't think women really like women. I get it, like liberation, be free, do your things.
I hate that.
But like, you realize there's no to think freedom is free. You must be dumb. You can put all of that stuff out there, but you have no idea how cruel young boys are, or how cruel the locker room could be.
Facts.
Aunt Rachel, Eric put the real name out there. But like,
the trick, the mind game is saying these virtuous phrases that they found. These virtuous phrases for these non-virtuous acts.
That's what it was.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the biggest trick.
It's two things that women love to use. 2 words. Damn, I forgot the one. What's this shit called? This is camera about to go off.
Switch.
What do they call it? A narcissist.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think they know what narcissist means. It's all about you.
Yeah.
So like when you like have to keep changing these things, and it becomes about you, and like and then they call gaslighting. Do you know what she literally did that whole time? She gaslit that man into thinking he was the problem.
Right.
And so that's wild. Listen, I'm gonna be free game. Like as a coach, as a guy who's been in the locker room, y'all be wearing them tights. They be looking. Y'all keep wearing them, especially the kaleidoscope types. You know, the ones with all the different patterns, and then y'all be walking and the thing be clapping or whatever. I'm telling you, man, it's not gonna help your son play anymore. But they're gonna take every aspect of you. So if you want to hold, then flourish, queen. But just realize you could take it, and you're probably mature enough. But man, y'all be taking y'all kids up and through it, man.
Right.
So, free game by big game. I don't know what else to tell you, but I know this. OnlyFans, boy, that's tough on everybody. It's not cool. It's not virtuous when everybody can see it.
Yeah. And let's just speak simply. Don't embarrass me.
That's
what my mama used to be like.
That's
Don't
the only
embarrass me.
rule.
Like,
If you want to cheat, if you want to go make, like, okay, they in there, I'm assuming they're in Atlanta. If you found a dude who's a baller, right, just fucking keep it a secret. Don't have to go tell everybody. Now you got your little bit of money. But, like, you know how embarrassing it is for you to have to go take pictures in your tights, bending over and doing other stuff for $3.99?
and it's not about the money, it's the attention.
That's really what it all comes down to. And what happens when it dries up? You will get old. Like, you're young, but you're old. Nobody wants to see that. It's a new 18-year-old hitting the market every day. So new TK Curry said there's a new graduating market every day.
Kind of gross, but it's true.
On that note, Chris said he just dropped big news in the Sporadics chat today. So I'm about to go check this out. I think I'm still a member. But anyway, I know. Oh, yeah, I guess maybe I'm not a member.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, that's funny. That's right. You good, Daddy? No, slide me some food stamps, bro. Slide me $50 worth of food stamps when we got you. Anyways, man, appreciate you guys chopping it up with me late at night. Make sure y'all get some sleep, get to your jobs tomorrow. 1:00 tomorrow, we'll be doing the video breakdown of the Wake Forest game, getting into it, talking about who did well. We'll do a live look at that. If you're in the member section, it's there already. If you're a fifth quarter member, I will drop that link in there as well. I appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me, and we will see you guys next time.